Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another review for Ready to Love. And this is for the DMV and Potomac area. So we started off where we ended last week with the cliffhanger of, was it going to be AP or was it going to be Precious that goes home this week? And my predictions were right. It was AP. So the guys decided that she wasn't ready to love. They felt like she still had unresolved pain from her late husband that passed away. So that's what they decided. And then right here you see a scene that's a little bit sped up, and everyone is gathering around the tables to eat. And you can see that Carmen was happy that Clifton fixed her a plate. She thought that meant something, I guess. And Joy was telling Eric how good the food was. And he was just saying right here that he's happy that he could, show his craft, saw his new friends and everything. And he said maybe his wife is here to eat. So this is the Kia saying that she had already told Eric that she liked shrimp pasta, and he ended up making it for the pool party. So she said maybe she had a little something to do with that. And then you see the ladies frowning up because Laverne suggested that they play Truth or Dare. And so Tina goes first. And he told her, well, she wants to do Dare. And he told her to go rub the chest of the man that she's feeling the most. And she walks around to Paul and rubs on Paul's chest. And everybody's like, okay, high five, high five. They all excited for Paul and Tina. And then the next person was, oh no, this is Wiley saying that they were talking about his age again. And he's tired of them talking about how young he is. He said that doesn't determine how mature you are. And so Donovan asked Joy to go kiss the person that she's feeling the most. And Joy ran around the table so quick and kissed Clifton. Clifton was licking his lips. I said, okay, you like that kiss, huh? And Carmen sitting there looking like, I know she did not just kiss my boo. Carmen like, what just happened here? What just happened? So now Carmen is thrown off guard, which is kind of funny to me. And then Dakia asks Carmen, who is the person that, is she really genuinely attracted to someone here, or is it just because of the people that we have as an option show? So she's saying that, oh, yeah, I'm genuinely have connections to someone or someone's. And then this is Sabrina. She was asked to nibble on the ear of someone that she's the most attracted to or has the best connection with or something of that nature. And she didn't know if she was going to choose Tori or Demetrius, because she said she likes Demetrius because he's very laid back and caring. And then she likes Tori because he's very funny and happy all the time. But she chose Demetrius and nibbled on his ear, honey. So this is the Kia saying that everybody was so surprised that she didn't pick Tori. And she picked Demetrius instead. So all the women, everybody was so surprised because Sabrina kept talking about how much she liked Tori. And then Demetrius just had a dare to kiss the woman that he was feeling the most. And he kissed Sabrina, of course. So everybody's like, ooh wee. So Tori was in his feelings a little bit. So this next scene, we have a group date with Joy, Precious, Wiley, Demetrius, and Clifton. And they go to this indoor activity park where you can climb around. It's like a jungle gym almost. So we're going to see if there's any new connections that are made here on this date. So this is, of course, Joy and Clifton. He was offering to help her, and she kept saying, no, I don't need any help. I'll let you know if I need help. And then as soon as he walked away, turned his back on her, she was like, oh, so you just going to leave me like that? So he was like, well, sometimes you got to climb obstacles for what you want. But he was saying that, of course, Joy is his strongest connection, and he's not afraid to say it. So they're still going strong. This next scene, we see Demetrius and Precious. They're talking about pretty much what happened at the elimination. And Precious was saying that she was a professional woman and she's just going to prove to the guys that, She's just not all about being at the club all the time and being out and about. She actually wants someone that's serious, that's gonna have her back and be supportive of her. She needs that. And then this is Joy and Wiley, and Joy was trying to see if Wiley was still interested in her. And I honestly didn't know that Wiley was interested in Joy, but Joy just pretty much said that Wiley just takes his time, and it's like you have to pull it out of him as far as do we have a connection or not. And I don't think Wiley realizes that. So this is a scene with Sabrina and Tori. Sabrina and Tori went out after the pool party because she wanted to, have a discussion about what happened at the pool party because she knew Tori wasn't expecting that to happen with Demetrius. And Tori pretty much said that, like, where do you feel like your connection is with, like, who do you feel like your connection is with now? And Sabrina said that she can't say that. Like, she has to see if it's going to be with Demetrius or Tori, and she feel like it's too soon for her to make that decision. And she's just going to go with the process. And Tori just said, well, he respects that, but he's going to, like, fall back a little bit. But he didn't say that in Sabrina's face. He just said, oh, well, I understand. But he said he's going to start putting his energy into to the other woman. So we'll see how that goes. And overall, Sabrina said, she's just going to continue doing what she's been doing to see what happens. And this is Tina and Donovan. These are both the new people that were just added last week. And they went on a one-on-one date. Tina and Donovan both have kids. So Donovan was saying that his daughter is a Gemini as well. And Tina was saying her little 2-year-old daughter is very smart for her age. She's a Gemini. And she was asking Donovan, if he wants any more kids or whatnot. And he said yes, with the right woman. And they pretty much just talked about, what they want in a partner. And I feel like this one-on-one date was a lot better because I feel like Donovan's very mature for his age. So the things that Precious was talking about on the first date, he was not interested in any of that. So that's where this is. And overall, I feel like they had a good date. I think Tina even said that she was attracted to him and that she was trying to see where this connection would be. So I think overall it was a great date. This next scene, it is Paul and Carmen. They're going on a one-on-one date, and Carmen was saying that she was looking forward to getting to know Paul. And overall, they just had a lot of, to me, back and forth as far as like sexual chemistry and a lot of talk about intimacy and things of that nature. Carmen did say that she was attracted to Paul and that she was interested in getting to know him better after what happened with Clifton. I think the whole Clifton and Joy kissing that threw her off. So Paul offered a pickle to Carmen and she was like, well, I like to be fed. So he was like, okay. So he gave her a bite of his pickle and he was like, oh, you made that look like a commercial. So it was funny. So they have a little connection going on. So that's good that they end up having that one-on-one time. So we'll see where it goes with Paul and Carmen. This next scene, it was a group date with Dakia, Ace, Tina, Paul, Laverne, and Tori. And they go to a nightclub or something of that nature, like a bar. And this is like when they first come in, they're all talking. And at the end, they start dancing, and Ace was twerking and getting low and all this. I was like, okay, Ace, I wasn't expecting you to come out your shell. I don't know if it's because they had a couple drinks or something, but she was all dancing and moving, and they was zooming in up with the camera. I said, okay, then, Joy. Not Ace, Joy. Ace. Okay, and then this is Ace and Laverne. They're talking, and Laverne was just trying to solidify his connection with Ace because he feels like that's his strongest connection. She's a really, I feel like he said she's a really, loyal person, a really nice woman. So he just wanted to solidify that. But overall, I don't feel like Laverne really realized that his connections went downhill at the pool party because he was just laid back. And I feel like Laverne has that like complex where he feel like the woman should come to him. That's what I said on my first review, and he pretty much said that at the end of the episode, and we'll see that later. And then this is Tina and Laverne. She was trying to get to know him. She said he was nice looking, and that of course he's fit and he looks, in shape, and he's a nice looking man. But Tina said that nothing was there because he pretty much the whole time talked about like surface level things or like small talk about him working out and what he likes to do. So she didn't really feel like the connection was there. She said that was it for her. So she was like, okay, well this is not what I was expecting, which is fine. In this next scene, this is when the ladies are meeting at the wine bar with Tommy for the week to let him know what, like what connections they were having and who they had the least connection with. And Ace said she still had a connection with Laverne, regardless of what the women were saying. And Joy's connection was with Clifton, of course. And for Dakia, her connection was with Eric, who's the chef, and Clifton, I feel like she said. And then Carmen said her connection was with Paul and Clifton and Eric. But I think she left Clifton out even though she liked Clifton. I think she said the thing with Joy threw her off. And then Precious said her connection was with Demetrius, I feel like she said. I can't remember. Demetrius and Tori. And then Tina said her strongest connections were with Paul and Donovan. And then, of course, Sabrina is still torn between Demetrius and Tori. And the person that they weren't feeling the most were a consensus of Laverne and Wiley. They felt like Laverne was, very closed off. He was guarded. He really didn't talk to anyone really at the pool party. He didn't really interact. And that was what I was saying earlier about I feel like Laverne feels like the woman should come to him, like he's the prize almost. And then they said they really didn't have a connection with Wiley. He's more like a homeboy, like a little brother or something like that. It wasn't anything romantic there. So they had to break the news to the guys. So they sent Precious and Dakia to talk to the two guys, which are Laverne and Wiley. So this scene, you see Dakia and Wiley talking, and she's pretty much asking him, does he feel like his intentions are being, shown, and the women are aware of where they stand with him? And he said yes, he feels like he's very intentional and he expresses himself well, but Dakia said no, the women feel like he's just going around the way, that they really don't know what he wants or what he gives them like the flirtatious and the wily eyes is what they call it. But they just pretty much said that he's not ready to love. So Wiley went home this week, which I wasn't surprised that he's going home because he doesn't really have a lot of connections with any of the other women. And I think also because of his age. So and then now here is a scene with Precious and Laverne. And Precious pretty much told him that a lot of women feel like that he's very guarded, like I just said, and they want to see a different side of him. She said one minute he can be guarded and a narcissist, and another minute he can be so kind and sweet and caring. And they want him to stop pretending to be someone different and just be himself. And Laverne said he's not pretending to be anyone. That's just how he is. He feel like the women haven't earned his trust, so he's, not open and vulnerable with them. But he said that he took Precious' advice at the table, but in his confessional, like you can see Laverne's like, that's just how I am, and that's just how I'm gonna be, and my woman's gonna come to me, and all these different things. So I honestly don't think he took it to heart. So we'll see what happens next week for eliminations because the guys have the power. Thanks for coming back and watching another one of my videos. Please subscribe and share. Take care.